Hello everyone, I'm a student of City University, Malaysia. It's my great honor to share my research design with you. My study focuses on effects of concept mapping on high school students' critical thinking. First of all, please allow me to introduce the two keywords in the title. CT in this study refers to the process of self-regulatory judgment, which consists of 5 skills, including interpretation, analysis, evaluation, inference, and explanation. Concept mapping involves the procedure in which students produce concept maps by identifying concepts, figuring out the relations among concepts, and connecting concepts to produce a hierarchy of knowledge structure. As seen from the picture, a concept map consists of nodes, or we see concepts, linking lines labeled by linking words, and a focus question on the top. 2 or more concepts connected with linking words or phrases form a meaningful statement, which is called a proposition. It is the basic unit of meaning in a statement of a concept map. CT is universally considered as one of the 4 core skills in 21st century. In China, CT development is one objective in the high school English curriculum standards. Although CT is one of the elementary skills related to the learning process of students, the reality is both high school students and teachers have a low level of CT skills in China. Students and teachers are in great need of a tool which can help them to improve CT skills. Concept mapping activities have been confirmed to be effective to improve certain CT skills in Taiwan. Thus, this study focuses on how to enhance and access high school students' CT through concept mapping in China. This study has the following 3 objectives. First, to identify the correlation between CT skills and Novak and Gowen's concept map scoring rubric. Second, to determine the differences in CT skill development between low-directed and high-directed concept mapping activities in high schools in China. Third, to explore high school students' interpretation of the relation between their CT skills and their concept mapping activities. Therefore, the corresponding research questions include: what is the correlation between CT skills and Novak and Gowen's concept map scoring rubric? Second, are there any difference in CT skill development between the low-direct and the high-directed concept mapping groups? Third, how do students interpret the relationships between their CT skills and the concept mapping activities? This study has 2 research hypotheses. First, there is a positive correlation between the components of CT skills and Novak and Gowen's concept map scoring rubric. Second, the low-directed concept mapping group scores higher than the high-directed concept mapping group in the CT skills. This study will evaluate high school students' 5 CT skills by using CT survey. Also, the CT survey scores of the high-directed group and the low-directed group will be compared. The significance of the study mainly lies in its theoretical and pedagogical implications for CT improvement and measurement. Theoretically, it will help teachers and future researchers to understand which components of Novak and Gowen's concept map scoring rubric may be closely related to students' CT skills. Pedagogically, it will provide teachers with training tools and a more comprehensive understanding of the use of concept mapping activities to develop students' CT ability. The researcher may encounter a problem if the Pearson correlation is unable to produce consistent or valid results to indicate the correlation between CT skills and Novak and Goldman's rubric. Interviews will be used to investigate the relationship between them. Reviewing the literature, developing students' thinking ability, especially their CT skills, has been highly suggested by numerous educators and scholars in many fields. Thinking ability has been involved in learning objectives in educational policies in many countries and regions, such as UK, China, and Malaysia. The effectiveness of teaching thinking skills in Language 1 classrooms has been confirmed, covering the students at different ages, from primary schools to colleges. However, research in Language 2 classrooms has mainly been carried out at the college level. Many studies have concluded that CT infusion in an English as a foreign language context was effective for the development of CT skills. However, there are few research carried out at a high school level and adopting teaching experiments. This study aims to examine the effect of the concept mapping method on the development of Chinese high school students' CT skills, and explore the correlation between different concept mapping activities and students' CT skills. This study will adopt a mixed method approach, obtaining both quantitative and qualitative data. Quantitative data will be used to assess students' CT skills, while qualitative data will be used to explore students' interpretation of the relationship between their CT skills and the concept mapping activities. This table shows the research design. The research will be conducted over 9 weeks, during which each group will read 4 English articles, complete 3 concept maps, and participate in 4 CT surveys. The participants are first-year high school students in Henan Province in central China. Randomly, Class A will be designated at the high directed group, and Class B at the low directed group. This study will conduct 2 categories of concept mapping activities: filling the map activity and contrast the map activity. The high directed group performs the filling the map activity, and the low directed group performs the contrast the map activity. Research analysis will be conducted on the basis of 3 types of data: CT survey scores, concept map scores, and individual interviews with students and the instructor. The CT survey of Sun, adapted from Zhou, Jiang, and Yao's survey, will be adopted in this study. The picture is part of the adapted CT survey for students. In the first section, students provide their personal information. The second section is independent from the given reading text and will contain 21 linked skill items to assess students' CT from the perspectives of their interpretation, analysis, evaluation, inference, and explanation skills. There are several methods of concept map scoring for CT assessment. This study will adopt Novak and Goldman's rubric. Student scores will be given according to 4 criteria: the propositions of the concepts, the hierarchical organization of the concept map, the cross-links between concepts, and examples of concepts. Each meaningful relation is given 1 point. Each valid level in the hierarchy is given 6 points. Each valid cross-link is given 10 points. A valid example of each concept is given 1 point. This study will collect the data from interviews with students and the instructor. This is the interview guide for students, which will be used to ask them to interpret their experiences with the high-directed or low-directed concept map activities and their responses to the CT survey. This is for the instructor and we used to ask the instructor's reactions to the high-directed and low-directed concept mapping activities in conjunction with students' CT performances. The table lists the data resources and analysis approaches corresponding to each research question. As shown in the table, the instruments used in the study are Pearson's correlation analysis and the multivariate analysis of variance. To answer the first research question, students' CT survey scores will be compared with the concept map scores to identify the correlation between CT skills and Weimin-Gorvin's concept map scoring rubric by using Pearson's correlation analysis. To answer the second research question, the survey scores of the two groups will be analyzed by MANOVA to compare the CT skill development of the two groups in 4 tasks. There are 6 independent variables, including the overall CT scores and the 5 sub-scores. The interview data will be analyzed by adopting an inductive analysis method. Semi-structured interview will be selected in the study. Extreme case sampling will be adopted to recruit the students from 2 groups. This is the end of my presentation. Thanks for your attention.